The restoration of capitalism in the USSR and China. After the death of Stalin and Mao, revisionist elements gained power in the Soviet Union and China, paving the way for the restoration of capitalism in these once socialist nations. In the Soviet Union, Nikita Khrushchev emerged as the key revisionist figure after Stalin's death in 1953. Khrushchev denounced Stalin's policies at the 20th Congress of the Communist Party in 1956, marking the beginning of the revisionist path. A new capitalist class, often referred to as the new bourgeoisie, grew within the Soviet system, eventually seizing power and leading to the collapse of the Soviet state in 1991. In China, the revisionist forces led by Deng Xiaoping gained control after Mao's death in 1976. Deng Xiaoping's reforms opened China to foreign capital and reintegrated it into the global capitalist system. The restoration of capitalism was an outcome of the growth of a new capitalist class within these countries, driven by revisionist ideology. First of all, it's important to emphasize how undemocratic the restoration of capitalism in the USSR and China were. The only reason Khrushchev was able to seize power was because he had the military support of Marshal Zhukov. Khrushchev and Zhukov purged the proletarian leaders Molotov, Kaganovich, Malenkov, and Shepilov. These were so-called Stalinists and worked for the proletariat's interests, so the revisionists had to get rid of them. Because of this purge, many lower Communist Party and Soviet state members were either confused or demoralized, and the masses were not empowered to fight off the revisionists. Also, after the secret speech from Khrushchev, Georgian workers and students protested after Stalin's death anniversary against the revisionists. Anti-communists claim that they were simply misguided nationalists, but in fact they were committed proletarians whose lives improved under Stalin, who knew the truth about their state and who would not accept bourgeois lies. Khrushchev sent troops to suppress hundreds of these revolutionaries, resulting in the what's called the 9th March massacre. In China, under Mao, and especially during the Cultural Revolution, the majority of party and government leaders were of workers or peasant origin. The coup of Deng Xiaoping purged not just the Gang of Four, who themselves are unfairly represented in the bourgeois media, but many of these proletarian and peasant leaders, and that was how reform and opening up was made possible. In fact, these proletarian leaders were popular among the masses. Dongping Han says this in an interview about his book. This video was a little introduction to the restoration of capitalism in the USSR and China, and I hope I could teach you some little knowledge about it. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I see you next time, comrade.